In 1960, he started it. 25 years later, he can't stop.
And what is the twist? My brother Tracy and Spencer and I got together. I'll tell the truth about that. And we defined the twist. The twist is putting out a cigarette with both feet. Coming out of the shower, wiping off your bottom with a towel to the beat of the music. The formula that gave rock and roll wheels. Because before the twist, rock and roll had no dance. I often say Chubby Checker is the wheel that rock rolls on. Because we created a dance that's enjoyed by everyone in the entire world.
Chubby Checker twisted his way into the history books, and he'd like to do it again.
Now, the only thing that hasn't happened that I want to happen 10 years ago, I thought that I would have a record on the charts and I would be playing for real big audiences, but...
What happened?
I didn't get the record. I'm playing for big audiences anyway. But I still would like to. I would like to have a recording. I'd like to do shows with the Rolling Stones and Hall Notes and Dire Straits.
What's stopping you from doing that, do you think?
It's only records. There's nothing to do with anything else. It's just records.
Even though his name may never again make the charts, Checker says that the excitement of performing is there more than ever.
When I go on stage, I grin and I smile, and it's genuine because I have gotten and I'm still getting everything that I ever wanted. Every time I go on stage, a dream comes true. I was 4 years old, and my mother took me to a show, and I saw this child star named Sugar Child Robinson play piano on White Tails, and he was wonderful, and my eyes just opened real wide. And that feeling never left me. And all I ever wanted to do was perform and be like that. And that happens to me 280 days, 250 days every year. And go like this. Come on and twist. Yeah, baby, twist. Ooh, yeah. Just like this. Come on, little bitch. And do the twist. I always wanted to be the person that I am now. When I was 17, I used to look at Sammy Davis and Belafonte and Frank Sinatra and those people, those great, great artists. I used to watch them, and I said, gee, I wish I had that. And I never knew that. It just took time to develop that.
It also took time for Checker to come to terms with the fact that his religious family disapproved of rock and roll. I've heard that your parents have never seen you perform. Is that true?
My mom has been, I think, to about 3 or maybe 2 shows in 20... Well, I started in 1958. So it's about 26 or 7 years. She's 2 times, maybe 3 times she went to see my show. Well, my mother is very religious, and she says that I should want to go to heaven when I die. And if I sing this kind of music, I'm not going to go to heaven.
What do you think?
Well, it's a very deep-rooted kind of thing. She's probably right.
Maybe not for the music, though.
Well, I like to perform so much, you know, and I really like to perform. I like doing this. I love playing. But then my grandfather, Reverend Fred McRae, he came to see my show in Myrtle Beach. He died about 3 years after that, and I looked in the audience. I was singing. They were going nuts, and people were coming out of the ceilings, and I was good that night. I was good for some reason. I looked in the audience, and I saw this man dressed in black, and he had his hat, looked like an Amish guy, and had his round hat on and his collar. I said, oh, that's Granddad. You know, it was a little, all of a sudden.
Was he sitting still through this man?
Like this, and I said, oh, it's my grandfather. I said, oh my God, it's my grandfather. He's a preacher. And I went up to my room. He says, and my grandfather used to talk with a very throaty kind of tone. He says, boy, you know you were good out there. He said, but you know you're going to go to hell singing that kind of music.